go. I got to lean in.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another Lean Live for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm here with Chad, and Antonio will be joining us shortly. I want to go ahead and get the show started for you guys. Not keep you guys waiting too long. What's going on, Chad? How are you doing? This is the
I'm
first
doing.
time in this season, right? Here,
Yes, yes. Finally, I
you've
had to
been
catch
busy.
up on my girls. I've been busy. I've been all around the world. I still got my Club Renaissance band on. I've been, touring with Beyonce as much as she has. So, yeah, I'm finally stationary.
Are you gonna take that band off and wash underneath it at some point? Or
It's clean underneath. I'm gonna take it off probably Sunday since it's the last show.
okay, well,
Hmm
okay. Well, just don't put your arm in front of anybody's face. I don't want to. No, I'm just talking. Like I said, Antonio will be joining us shortly. What's going on to everybody in the chat? I see Art World is here. If you're watching right now live, let us know if you're watching and where you're watching from, and go ahead and hit that like button to like this video. Keep us in the algorithm, and also subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. Just a quick little note: we did not do the live yesterday for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I know we said we were going to start doing the lives after the episodes, but they aired that special. So the team decided not to do the live because we wanted to actually watch it as well. I'm sure you guys probably watched it. So for all the Love Hip Hop Atlanta fans and viewers, that will air tomorrow, like it usually does. And then we'll begin the lives once I don't know if the reunion's been filmed, but if it has been filmed, whenever they air it, that's when we'll start going live. So with that being said, let's get into the episode. This season has been quite entertaining, and it was no different in episode 4. A lot has happened. We haven't seen you this season, so Chad, I'll ask you briefly, like, what are your thoughts on this season thus far? You know, you and I, and you myself, Antonio, and Jamie have been reviewing this since season 1. So
hmm
panel saying, but what's your thoughts thus far? We got Mary coming back, we got a newbie Monica, we got Angie K, who was a friend of, now she's full-time. Jen going to jail. Like, what are your thoughts on the season thus far?
Of course, you have to add that Jen going to jail. We know Jen going to jail. We
Well,
know
we
we know that lady locked up.
I'm just mentioning all the things that's been
Uh huh.
happening.
But no, this season I literally just said to Bay, I was like, this season is really, really good. I was like, they really just needed, I guess, Jen to get her aura
Go
out of
on.
the mix because yeah, it's been very light as far as the nonsensical stuff that we love from Housewives, just crazy petty drama. So I've been enjoying it. I really, really enjoy Monica. She has surprised me because for some reason I don't know with the trailer I didn't think I was going to really care for her, but she's very down to earth. I just love that she feels relatable while also still feeling very housewife, if that makes sense. So I'm enjoying the season so far. And I'm happy, of course, that Mary's back. I mean, we all love Mary. I feel like she's like the franchise MVP for Housewives because what I've been noticing with like certain things on like Watch What Happens Live, they always seem to mention like, Mary Cosby's back. I feel like her name is just like synonymous with the franchise, even though she wasn't full time last season, she just seems to be like an integral part of the mix. So I'm happy that she's back. Angie K, I'm still not sold yet, but I don't mind her if that makes sense.
Yeah, we've been talking about it collectively, and I don't want to, if any Angie K fans, if you're watching us, please continue to watch. But based off what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing on this panel is that nobody is really here for Angie K, and I mean it's for
Hmm
different reasons. We don't get together before the show and say we don't like this person. This is just everyone has the same opinion, and it honestly aligns. What's going on, Antonio?
What up?
Hey,
I
Antonio.
Hey, Chad.
I didn't know we was wearing black today. I should have thrown me some black.
You got on a black hat, so
Chad,
that'll.
stay in my closet, Chad.
Hey, wearing your shoes. No, I'm just talking. Okay, so let's get into this episode. I was asking Antonio, I was asking Chad about his thoughts on the season thus far. So thus far, they had the first little cash trip. They went to Palm Springs, and last week was a crazy episode. I've seen people talk about it even up to now because they say it just resembles so much of like what Housewives used to be. It was chaotic, it was crazy, and it's kind of what makes this franchise stand out in you know, in its own. So picking up in this episode, we know that Angie K was not invited. So there was a big explosive argument last week where Meredith had like 5 different accents. She went from being a Russian spy to being Portuguese. She was every damn thing last week. But this week, you know, at the beginning of the episode, we see Angie K, and she is at the front desk looking for. She has a white shirt and she's looking for a marker. And I knew right then, I said, this lady's about to make her own shirt. And I was like, this is why you are so late. Because I don't know if in the words of Asia, that's not a bar. I don't know if she thought it was going to be a thing, but it was like, that's not cute. You're already not invited. And you're basically adding on to the fact that you weren't invited. A real baddie would have probably got their own shirt made. They would have, because I mean, you can find, I'm pretty sure I know like a real like OG housewife would have got them, like Kenya would have got her shirt made. It wouldn't have been no damn thing. So Angie, pick it up, girl. But I do like that the hotel host basically told her, "Oh, that's so sad." And I'm like, "You're so right. Like this is not sad for her, but sad that she has to stoop to this level, right?" So then we see Lisa and Whitney talking about last night, and they both kind of agree that you know, as Whitney's kind of spearheading it, they agree that Meredith kind of deflects by bringing up other things when she's called, you know, to the front to own up to anything, right? And so, but Lisa says she wants to, you know, she's working her relationship with Meredith. She wants to stay clear. She don't want to get in the middle. But you know, she mentions that, you know, she mentions what the conversation that her and Meredith had, and basically saying that when Meredith said that she knows things about Angie, has all these things on her, and you know, I'm like, oh girl, you telling Whitney this, like the wrong person that you sell this to, right? And I'll go ahead and go into the second scene, which was Meredith and Monica. And we know Monica, she's friends with Angie K, but she's seeming to bond more with Meredith. This
and Mary.
Yeah, Mary ain't bonded with nobody. Let's be clear. Mary is just there. Okay. So it's really Meredith and Monica versus the others. Mary, I mean, she is on her side, on her team of Meredith and Monica, but honestly, she's just there for Meredith, right? If you're gonna talk about Mary, I got a lot of things to say. I love me some Mary, but I got some things to say about my Mary later on, right?
Me too.
So in this moment between Meredith and Monica, Monica is just basically, you know, standing 10 toes deep that Angie was tacky what she did last night. You know, all the things that show the flashbacks. And you know, personally, I wanted to ask you, because I asked my ex Antonio and Jamie last week, Chad, how you feel about Monica kind of, you know, flipping over to be more aligned with Meredith, you know, although coming in as a friend of Angie. Because in this moment, you know, she basically just has no issue with anything that Meredith, anybody is doing. She's kind of aligned herself with it. So, like, what are your thoughts? And then, Antonio, I get your thoughts on the scene between Lisa and Whitney and all of it.
I don't know. I didn't feel like she was like aligning herself with Meredith. I felt like she was kind of aligning herself with what was right, because Angie was just being late Angie. Like, it was just like, girl, you are just. It was so unnecessary what Angie was, like, you know, trying to do. And it's like from the jump, like we said, you weren't even invited. So at the end of the day, I felt like she was more so looking at it like, girl, why are you doing all this? I feel like if you're not invited somewhere, play your role and, you know, keep it moving. But she was doing so much to not have been an invited guest. So I feel like she was really just kind of siding with, you know, with the host. At the end of the day, you're the host, and I really understood where you was coming from.
Okay. Did you have any thoughts on that? And well, not that specific. We talked about it last week, but anything with Whitney and this conversation between Lisa and Whitney?
I think Lisa knew what she was doing when she was telling Whitney, because if you can kind of want to stir the mess and start a little drama, but not necessarily you do it on your own, you go to the person who is one of the thirstiest on there and one of the people that you know is gonna do it. And in this case, it's gonna be, you know, Whitney, you know, and she's aligned herself with, I'm glad Chad called her late Angie, because I would no longer be calling her Angie K. I will now be calling her Langie, which is when you take late and Angie and put it together, you get Langie. So her new name
I like that.
Her new name is Langie. And
Langie.
And
I like that.
I definitely, Langie, she wants to be that girl, and she is really, putting her best Louboutin forward. But I'm still not buying it, and I think it's one of the reasons is going to be very odd. But I don't like the way she talks. It sounds like she got like a bunch of cotton in her mouth, and she's trying to talk with her mouth full or her jaws full. I don't like that, so I want her to stop talking
Not stop talking.
completely.
I would agree. Her voice is annoying as hell. I ain't gonna say it's because she Greek, but I just think that I know plenty Greek and they don't sound like that. So she needs to figure it out because it's hard to. I'd be like, oof, I don't know. I'd rather listen to Meredith at different accents than that, to be honest.
not Meredith in her Dorit bag.
Okay, basically.
Yeah, like for real.
Okay, so they go and do the trust activity, before they get on the bus or wherever they're doing. Angie reveals her shirt, and not only did she get a magic marker that was pink and just write the word, she didn't even try to make it look pretty. She just literally but she changed the words up. The original shirt was "No tricks, all trust," so she made her shirt say "All tricks, no trust." I'm like, okay, girl, you think you ate that, girl? All right.
They was looking at her like.
It was just like you're already not invited and you just late, like he said.
Late.
Like it's just, I'm sorry, I don't see it for her. So they get to the activity and Mary opts out. She don't even get off the bus, and it leaves the other girls to do it. The pairings are Lisa and Monica, Heather and Angie, and Meredith and Whitney. And basically, it's supposed to do an activity where you kind of guide the person through this obstacle course while they're blind. So it's all about trust, right? So they do all that. No true prize. None of that happens. They get on the bus. And when they get on the bus, the first thing they discuss is Mary not participating. And, somebody, I can't think of who said something first, but Meredith did turn to Mary herself and was like, I would have liked if you had done it. And Mary was like, well, didn't I tell you when you got off the bus why I wasn't doing it? Like, didn't I say why? And Lisa interjects and she's like, I'm not talking to you. This is between me and Meredith, right? So Lisa hushes. And then she turns to Meredith again and starts speaking again. Lisa interjects again. And she's like, I'm not talking to you. Do you have a mute button? And she's like, no, I'm always on play. And I'm going to lie. Lisa knows what she's doing. She's like, you can, because Lisa's smiling and just laughing about it. It's funny to her. And I was like, okay, you better. This little ongoing thing between Mary and Lisa is just so funny to me because there is still tension, but it's not, Mary is irritated by anything she says or does, right? But
anything.
Lisa's playing the game. I think she's playing the game well. And so when she basically says that she wasn't ready to do that activity with this group. And Lisa's like, well, who specifically? And she pays her dust in that comment. But Whitney speaks up and Mary's like, listen, I get it, but I wasn't there. Like, whatever, I wasn't there. Get over it. And Whitney's like, we missed you. And I'm like, okay, now at this point, Whitney, stop it, because I could have went with the rest of this until you said we missed you. Like, if anybody else, nobody in this group is missing Mary. They would probably
nobody.
Let's be clear. And so, Whitney says that it was multiple reasons as to why apparently Mary didn't want to do it. And we see Mary mocking Whitney in her childish voice. But she makes the question, says, why did you come on a trip with girls that you don't like that you don't want to be around? And she personally, I think Mary could have actually countered that question and asked Whitney, why would you invite somebody on a trip that nobody else likes? But she didn't do that. She kind of just left it alone. And I'll get y'all thoughts on this whole moment. Mary participating, Meredith, and then, Mary and Lisa, and then also Whitney and Mary in this scene. Antonio.
So Mary not participating, I get it. And honestly, if I was on the trip, it would probably annoy me as well. But since I'm not and looking at it, I like that she just kind of does what she want to do, and it don't really matter what nobody else says or nobody else does. She already got it in her mind. She's not doing that. She got in her mind that she knows who to trust and who not to trust, so she's not doing any of this extra. I do wish that she would, because I think it would be good just for me to see her in that light out there doing different stuff, but she stays on the bus, and clearly the producers like it because she's been in every episode so far. So they clearly don't mind. I was okay with Meredith definitely speaking up and asking her, because that, I guess, seems to be maybe the closest person to Mary, even though Meredith know that she will catch Mary's wrath as well. But so I was kind of shocked a little bit that she even questioned Mary about it at all. I like I said, I already said, Lisa is definitely doing what I think what she needs to do, and she is so far to me being a vital part of the season by some of the games that she is playing. It's not like too much to where it makes you dislike her, but it's just enough for you to understand her role on the show. So I really appreciate that.
Okay.
I think, like how Antonio said, I'm actually kind of shocked that the producers like let Mary get away with, so much. But I guess it goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. I feel like they also recognize that she's like an integral part of the cast and the franchise, as to where it's like, I don't know. I feel like when Mary was off the show, all you saw online and on Twitter and everything was bring Mary back, bring Mary back, bring Mary back. I feel like just her presence alone on the show gives them, some type of edge. And I think the producers probably let her get away with it because of that. And she's the only Black woman, so that could be it as well. And it comes off, honestly, it comes off like the women are scared of her, even though, like you said, Lisa's playing the game. It's like she knows this. Lisa knows how far to go. I think she purposely pushes Mary's buttons just because she knows she can.
Mhm.
I was annoyed with her because I I was annoyed because she made me agree with Whitney. Why come on a trip when you don't want to participate, you don't want to be around them, you don't like them? It's just like, okay, girl, at some point something got to give. You got to do something, But I really had to agree with Whitney, and I really hated that. So I was annoyed with Mary for that. Um, but I also, like Antonio said, I was very shocked that Meredith turned to her and said, like, I wish you would have, participated. Because also, like Antonio said, surprisingly, I'm agreeing with him twice. But
So you agree
yeah, like with
and
that, I'm
Antonio.
agreeing with Antonio twice. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked about that. But yeah, like you know, it was really shocking to me because even though Meredith does know she would catch the wrath of Mary, she still was like, why didn't you participate? I wanted you to participate in the group as well. But all in all, that's Mary. At this point, I feel like we 4 seasons in, we know who Mary Cosby is. We know she ain't gonna participate if she don't want to do it. So, you know, nothing else to really say about it. But I will say it's very entertaining the way she decides not to do whatever she don't want to do. Like she gonna make it a whole spectacle because she never stopped talking. She was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's not me. I'm not gonna do it." Like it's just like, okay, Mary, we get it. You ain't doing it, but she makes it a very entertaining watch. So I give her a little pass there.
In this moment, thinking back to what the activity was and how she worded it by saying she wasn't ready to do that with this group,
Mm-hmm.
it was a trust thing. And so I just feel like, honestly, she just probably didn't trust them helpless in a sense. Because I mean, Mary, and I see comments saying she's rude and stuff like that, but I don't think she's any more rude to anybody else. She's just very blunt, and she just
Mm-hmm.
says it. She says it so fast. It's just like, did she really say that to me? She said it. But I will say, as somebody that like plans trips and does things like that, it can be annoying when there's one person that's like not participating and doing things. It gets to a point where it's like, why are you here? And so,
Mm-hmm.
like, even on my trips, my birthday trips, I have strategically put people together that I want to come because I don't need what's they called, wildflowers. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Mary's acting like. I don't really like wildflowers. People that don't participate, if you don't know what that is. In whatever you're doing. Because in some settings it's different.
Yeah, if it's something like she was allergic to something, or she couldn't, I get it. But it's
Yeah.
like, girl, you could participate.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Like, so I was with Whitney until she said, "We miss you." And I was like, "No, you don't miss her." But I agree. Like, why would you come? I'm just saying. That's a very good question. And so after that, they have lunch or something at the hotel or whatever it was they were doing. And Whitney announces that she's taking over and they're gonna do a drag makeup contest later on that night. Lisa was fine until Whitney told them that they have to do their own makeup and that they need to cancel their glam, take off all their makeup, cancel glam. And From this moment, she freaks out. She calls John, like she always does. She calls production in the room, and she's just having a fit. She's like crying and hysterical. The fact that she paid $2,500 for this, for what was her name? What's the name?
Morgan.
For Morgan to come and do her makeup and the flight, and she has glam and Sandra Pay and glam everywhere. She has glam wherever she goes.
Monaco, everywhere.
Right. I'm like, okay, then Lisa, girl, you better let us know that you got it, girl. You know, keep on going down that path as to what Monica is accusing you of.
Lisa said she spent 60 G's a year on her glam.
Keep
on
on
glam.
Monica ammunition, because it seems to be working, right? And so she freaks out and she's like, listen, it's my freaking face. I do what I want to do with my face. So they get to the actual reveals of the drag competition. Trixie's there. And who comes out? Whitney comes out first as little girl. Monica comes out as a Jersey girl. Heather comes out looking like Dolly. Heather Pardon. I don't know.
Her name was Dolly Pride, I think.
Dolly Pride. Okay. Angie K comes out. Angie K little outfit was cute. It was very sparkly. She was cute outfit, whatever. And then comes Meredith and Mary. And who took me out the most was Lisa, because when she came out, she knew that she was not in what the thing she needed to be in. And the comment that she makes is, and it's the color purple. I was just like, girl, this is hilarious to me. But the winner is Monica, which I think she kind of already knew. She had the spray bottle, she had everything going on. But they stopped the activity, and they you know, while they're doing it, they go inside, and basically all the girls talk about like how awkward it is. But when Lisa tries to make it less awkward after Mary just said how awkward it was and how, you know, it was weird energy, he says, let's go over here. And Mary's just like, no, let's not change that. Let's not do that.
Mary says fake.
Right. Let's not make it fake. And the last part of the scene was basically it was Angie, Whitney, and Monica talking about how it was also awkward outside. Monica said it was awkward outside. You know, Whitney's obviously not happy because the girls didn't really do the most for her activity that she hijacked anyway. And when Lisa comes down, she's just, you know, going at Lisa and saying how she didn't really like the fact that, you know, she didn't really go above and beyond like everybody else. And
she called them noodles.
Wet noodles.
Wet noodles.
And Lisa, she did mock her calling John too, but she storms off. So what are y'all thoughts on this whole thing, this drag reveal, the conversation between Angie Whitney and Monica and Mary and Lisa's exchange? Chad.
For one, I just have to start off by saying this was a funny ass episode. Like, this cast is like hilarious. I really laughed the whole episode, but this part specifically, Lisa really pissed me off because she really did. She did the absolute most behind some makeup. I was like, are we really doing this right now? But all in all, that's the type of stuff that makes Housewives funny and fun. So I was with it, but it was so extra and it was so Lisa. And like you said, she's really digging that hole into what Monica is saying about her. And what I was really picking up from this scene, not to go too deep, but it felt like Lisa is stepping into her Jen Shah bag, but doing it the right way. Everything is about Lisa. Like, I don't never remember her being so self-absorbed. Like, she's always been self-absorbed, but this season is like, it's on 10. Like, I'm just like, girl, like, I don't remember her being this way, but it's really so much. And for a moment, I was like, okay, I get, you know, you want to look a certain way. You want to, you know, feel good, but it's like, this is a funny participation thing. Like, just do it. So I was annoyed with her for that. And she did the most behind it, but it was hilarious the way she came out when it was her time, because she knew damn well that she was not, that she was nowhere near.
And she had a smile. It was like, yeah, I love this eyeshadow. It's my favorite color, purple.
It was so Housewives. So I was with it. It was like it turned for me. But Monica, I feel like she should have won. It was definitely she definitely participated the most to me, or it could have been Whitney, either way. Mm-hmm. But all in all, it was a funny scene. Mary is being Mary, of course, like y'all going over there with that fake stuff. I ain't with it. But it was funnier because she had just called out and said it was awkward that nobody was talking. So it was like, well,
right. That's what took me out. You just called it out for nobody talking. So when somebody try to talk, you said, "Well, girl."
You said it's fake. I guess Mary said, since I mentioned it, don't try to talk now.
Right? Yeah, it was a weird thing. But Lisa, my poor Lisa, she did not look good without that makeup. When they showed that little quick scene where I was like, God, I see why you have a retainer on.
Same thing, because baby,
It was bad. And I don't like talking about people, their skin and stuff, but it was bad.
Yeah.
I think I like the idea of the drag show. That I do wish they would have all went all out and kind of did it. I mean, at least Meredith and Mary kind of gave some type of Miss Roper inspired drag outfits. Lisa came out there in a little, ruffle top, Isabel Morant. It was just funny the way she like bopped out there, like she really had did something, and it was like, girl, no, you didn't. I'm also, on the other hand, though, I'm kind of glad that it was like a fail. Just because Whitney was like, I'm gonna hijack it and I'm gonna take it, and this is what I'm gonna come up with and have us do, because it had been pretty stale though. I gotta agree with Whitney, but the trip was just kind of like, wow, wet noodle, very wet noodle.
Is it? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but was it? Did it also feel like Lisa was disappointed when she didn't win?
Like she really thought she like turned it when she came out there. Like, Lisa, you did it, baby. Crazy. That lady is silly.
But my thing is, why not have your glam girl do you some drag makeup, or do you like why not?
I think Lisa is just so into her image and what people know Lisa Barlow as. And if you think back, I think we probably even talked about this before in the group. Even Lisa has pretty much looked the same since she came on the show. She parted her hair on the side. She it's like a little part in the middle and little curls or whatever. She
gave us clips one time.
So, and I want to say she may have given a ponytail once, I think. Maybe not. But I'm like, Lisa, you can tell that she is just so into her image and what people see her as. She was not going to come out there looking like a clown and somebody could take that and put it somewhere.
I will say, I saw a comment saying that, I think Sasuke said, and no one has ever seen her vodka. She has tequila. and she did. I've had it, and I've seen the option to purchase it from Total Wines. Just saying.
Well, and also even with that, every restaurant they go to, they must have it on stock because she always asking for a Vita cocktail. So unless she delivers it prior to coming and like, hey, this is what I want y'all to serve.
I don't think it's at every bar. I don't think I can go up the street and be like, can I have some Vita? But it's probably
no. I meant the bars on the show. Like a lot of them that I've seen that they've gone to, she always asks for like a Vita cocktail or something like that. So
yeah.
I did like her name. I don't know if she gave herself that name, Anita Invite. But
that was Langie,
yeah.
I like that. It was cute.
I don't think she gave that herself because that remember, what was it? Anita.
I think Whitney probably gave, because that reminded me of when Candace gave them the names from Ultimate Girls.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm telling you, Whitney has really been talking to Candace and been picking up stuff. And she when she came back from Girls Trip, she had a whole new plan. Like, okay, I got an idea of how I want things to run, and she's doing that now. I can see.
He is definitely.
Shout out to Salt Lake City. I feel like at this moment they're kind of, not that they execute it, but they always pose a theme. Like they give us a lot of silly.
That's true.
Things that happen. So I'm starting to see like that's their thing for their franchise. I feel like now I'm always expecting something outrageous, big wigs, makeup, whatever, because they do it right. And they don't mind looking silly. Some of them.
Because Lisa definitely not. She gonna put on her Isabel Marant with her Valentino.
She did wear her belly dance outfit and her bikini. Remember, she said that was the most.
She did participate with that. That's true.
I don't think she had
barely,
but barely too. All right. So after being called wet noodles, they get on the bus, and Whitney makes it very clear she's tired of sitting by Mary, so she wants somebody to sit by Mary. Mary comes out in a different outfit, like she put her little jogging suit on. I don't know what she had on, like a It
little
was
sneakers on and everything.
yeah.
I
She had
think it was Louis Vuitton.
yeah. It probably was a label, but it looked like just a little jogging suit. Something that goes swish swish when she walks. And so they're talking about the outfits and how they didn't know that one of the dresses was see through. But Lisa's like, okay, so what was it about the wet noodle conversation y'all was talking about earlier? You know, what was it about? And so, you know, Monica says, well, I was just shocked that you didn't dress up. And Lisa said, I did dress up. You know, I have on all these labels and a beautiful eyeshadow. What do you mean I'm not dressed up? And she's just like, Monica's just like, so I'm just gonna be honest, and she starts to like get emotional. And I'm like, I'm thinking she's gonna go off in this moment, but she gets emotional or whatever. And you know, she just basically talks about her past and her things she's going through. And she says that you know, she's emotionally removed from America, tells it about Lisa, and that she's tone deaf. And I'm like, okay. And so Lisa says she's not apologized for being herself. And that's just who she's gonna be. And you know, Monica thinks that's rude. They kind of go back and forth. And basically she says, I'm sorry for what you're going through. Monica cuts her off and says, no, you're not. You don't give a fuck. And you know, and she's like, you know what, Monica, you being just as fake as you are in that wig. And Monica's like, don't call me fake because I'm in a wig. Go back and forth. She's like, she's shallow. And in Portuguese, she tells her that she is full of shit. Anyway, and she turns to Angie as Angie tries to interject by saying that that's not right, by saying like, you know, you should stay in Lisa's ass where you've been this entire time. You know, Monica's going off. I don't know, Monica drunk. I don't know what's going on, but she's on fire on this damn sprinter bus, what it was called. And so, you know, towards the end of the conversation, you know, she says that Lisa's defensive. Lisa says she's not defensive. She's just bored. And I'll stop right there and get you guys' thoughts. Like, how do y'all feel now? You know, this is the second time we've heard more of Monica's backstory. We know she had to get the Louis Vuitton bag to go on a trip, right? And so she can fit in, but she's clearly triggered by Lisa in every way because of Lisa's way. And I see people in the comments saying that Lisa's self-absorbed. I think she's always been that way. I think, you know, some of the things that we've always noticed, Monica is just kind of using it to poke at for the purpose of the show, and it works because, I mean, it makes for agitation if nothing else. But Antonio, what's your thoughts?
I like how, you know, Lisa kind of, you know, because she walked up on them when they were initially like in conversation about it. Mm-hmm. And when she got on the bus, she brought it up again. Like, now, what was that, you know, mess y'all was talking, you know, what's tea? And Monica ain't scared. You know, she bucked up. She went in. I'm not gonna lie, she had tore Langie up, and I was happy about that because Langie deserved it. So I guess I'm kind of like, I get what Monica's saying. Yes, Lisa is definitely self-absorbed. So does Monica not want Lisa to talk about what she has when she's around? Because she's like, you know, you mentioned you have a G-Wagon and you have a Porsche. And that's, you know, great. But so I'm like, what is it? I don't know. What is it that she wants from Lisa? Does she want Lisa to like help her kind of push her brand forward? Does she want Lisa to stop talking about it, stop mentioning it? I don't understand. I get that it may be a trigger for Monica because she is in this weird space right now, I guess, with finances and purchases and things like that. But I'm like, you know, you had something because you went and bought a Louis Vuitton bag that costs $5,000, and whose Range Rover is that you pulling up in? It ain't like you pulling up in a Chevy Blazer or a Ford Explorer. Like, you pulled up in a, you know, a Range Rover as well. So I don't understand what she really wants from Lisa, but I do like Monica, and I like the fact that she speaks up for what she thinks is right. Whether she's actually right or not is like, this is my truth and this is how I feel. So I love that she doesn't mind to speak it up to any of them, even going back to, you know, them not participating. And she was like calling them like wet noodles and stuff like that. I was just like, that is so immature, but it is kind of funny to me.
So my thoughts, I'm on both of their side as far as I'm on Lisa's side as far as like, I can't apologize for who I am.
Yeah.
You know, because that's fair. You know, if that's who you are, you know, you shouldn't have to apologize for having things or having successes or whatever. So I get that. This scene, it's early, you know, it's only 4 episodes in, but this scene made me really excited for Monica on the reunion because she really, like somebody said in the comments, she ate them up with no backup. Like
Yeah.
it was just like she was just going. And I think that her issue is not necessarily Lisa mentioning her wins and her successes. It's the fact that it's over and over and over. You know, on the last episode, Lisa was like, I only mentioned it once or twice. And then the production rolled the tape and it's like, you mentioned it, you know, you mentioned your $60,000 ring 9 times. I can only imagine how many times we didn't see it, you know? So if I was on the trip and I kept hearing that, I would be very annoyed too. And not necessarily because you have it and I don't. It's just more so like, girl, like there is this is what I'm gonna pull a Meredith. There is so many other things going on in the world, and you're worried about a $60,000 ring that you just called your jeweler to replace. Like, come on now. Like at some point, like I don't know. I feel like even the things that I've had personally myself, people that always throw up, you know, what they have and what they can get in your face, or they just always bring it up, that annoys me. And I'm not somebody that, you know, that cares about other people's, you know, wins and successes. So I get it where she was coming from. And I also love that she owned up, you know, in that moment. And she said, it could because I'm going through my own stuff right now, but I'm really, you know, annoyed with hearing this. I think that Monica just wants everybody to have fun and, you know, have a good time. And Lisa does come off shallow. That's just, you know, how it comes off. So she kept it, in my opinion, she kept it completely real. She kept it 100. She owned why she may have felt that way. You know, it wasn't a thing to where she was just saying it just to be nasty. I felt like it was very genuine. Like, that's just how I felt about it.
No, I agree. I think, like we said last week, I think it's more so the constant mention of the value and the labels and stuff like just everything. I think that's what it is. Like, you know, I can have everything in the world, but it's like you don't want to keep hearing it. And it's just like when you near somebody that may be in the spotlight or the starlight, and they keep name dropping who they've been with. It's like, okay, like I get it. Like you've worked with so and so and so and so, but we don't have like what is that? What value does that bring to the conversation? You know, I think that's what it is. So, like you said, we don't know how many times you said. I don't think I hate the way it makes Monica look because sometimes it does make her look like she's projecting. You know what I'm saying? Like there's validity in what Lisa's saying too. Like you said, I'm sorry what you're going through, but this is me. So I did like that aspect. But in this whole thing, I really want Monica to not drown in this forever. Yes, Lisa is self-absorbed and I think everything she said was very true. And I don't think any of that's going to change, is what I'm saying. I don't think Lisa is willing to change in that way. I think she thinks she's perfect in every way, and that's just what it is. Now, unless she was out here making comments directly at people being snarky with like staff and stuff like that, then I can see it. But if it's just in this level, you know, it is reality TV and it's Housewives. So, girl, hopefully, let's not hold on to too long. Like it's you know what I'm saying. Like this is Housewives. This is saying. All right, so they get to the gay bar, and Mary does not want to go in. Meredith is trying to get her to go in, and Mary is like, "I'm not going in there." So she stays on the bus. And when they get in, a lot happens at this damn bar. Like so much going on.
It was 10 minutes left, and it was so much going on.
It was so much going on. So they get to the bar, and Monica's ordering a drink, but Lisa swerves on up and was just like, let me just tell you why I was triggered and what triggered me in this whole thing. And they go back and forth or whatever. And I have a question to y'all before I get into it. Like, do y'all think what Lisa is doing is any different than what Mary's doing? From Mary not participating on the trip at all to Lisa not really wanting to do the drag thing? Because that's kind of what, you know, Monica is getting at, that she didn't want to participate. Lisa feels away. Lisa's don't even have it. The thing is, it's selective outrage because Lisa is more so mad at Meredith for not participating. She ain't even mad at Lisa. And Monica is more so upset with Lisa and less of Meredith. So it's just like they picking who they want to be. But realistically, three ladies on that side of the room did not participate. So I mean, it should be something at all, in my opinion. But did y'all think that anything is different between what they're doing? Mary not participating, and Lisa not participating?
I thought it was different more so because, and I thought Monica's approach to it was valid because Lisa had a complete meltdown about it. Like, you know, that's where that self-absorbedness came in. And I want to say there was a scene where Monica mentioned that, like, she did the most behind it. You know, Meredith was just like, you know, I did the best that I could makeup wise. Lisa's more so, I like the way I look. I spent this much on a retainer. I spent this, like, it was so unnecessary and annoying to where it was like, I think that's why Monica had an issue with Lisa versus the issue with Meredith or Mary behind it. They kind of still participated. They just did it, you know, their way as far as, you know, the best they could to their ability. So I thought it was a little different.
Yeah, I agree with Chad. It to me, it was a bit different as well. Not only that, Mary ain't participating in nothing.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Mary barely participating in the conversations at this point.
That's true. Okay, so they, as I said, Lisa pulled up on her, and they go back and forth. They talk about, you know, Lisa tells her, like, you talking about me and my labels. You don't you have a Louboutin bag of $5,000? And then they going back and forth about what the middle class is in the United States. And that the middle class wouldn't be able to afford a $60,000 ring. Lisa says they would. Monica says, oh my God, they would not. And they go back and forth. But then the camera goes over to Whitney and Meredith, who having the same conversation about, you know, not dressing up. And, you know, Whitney's just like, I just don't understand why you didn't participate. Like, what was the wig? And Meredith was like, baby, my head was hurt out. Why would I put a heavy wig on my head? Like, why would I make my head hurt anymore by putting a wig on? And so Whitney was just like, basically she felt like because she planned that they should have all leaned in. It was her trip, and Meredith tells her, well, you didn't. It wasn't your trip. So you didn't even really have to get involved at all. And then, you know, Whitney's just like, okay, so it was your head. Then it was your friend or brother-in-law's child who's like disabled. And Meredith just gets in another tone, accent, and it gets so deep. She's like, don't you dare. And I'm like, oh my God, she didn't piss her off. He storms off, goes to the side. Meanwhile, Mary on the bus headed to McDonald's, thinking about everything she don't eat. I ain't gonna lie, it made me hungry. Like, I want some McDonald's. I ain't gonna lie, they didn't take this lady to McDonald's. She gets coffee with the van. They treat her. They enable her to not do what she wants. They give her whatever she wants.
Because I wouldn't have took her nowhere.
She ain't gotta do that damn thing. It's just crazy. And so,
oh my goodness,
Monica, you know, basically she's arguing with Lisa still, and she's still trying to make her case. She turns to Heather and was like, well, you know, you started from the ground about to lose your man. You can relate. I was just like, hey, damn. I know Heather was like, but I don't think she realized her. That's not cute. But they go back and forth or whatever. And as Meredith and Whitney are still talking, Meredith was just telling her, like, listen, I had this animal on me. It was like a pit bull all in my ear, blah, blah, blah. And Angie pulls up and was like, excuse me, did you just call me a pit bull? Did you just call me a pit bull? And, you know, she turns to her and Monica gets involved. And Angie tells Monica, like, you have no room to talk. You called her full of shit. She said, well, I said it in Portuguese. It's prettier in Portuguese. And I was like, it is a lot going on at this damn bar. I would have said, do y'all want to drink or not?
Man.
Oh my goodness.
So Angie goes over to Lisa, snitches on her to tell her that she was called a pit bull. Whitney gets involved. Whitney says, I don't think you should ever call a woman a pit bull. It's just a lot going on. Monica turns to who was she talking to? Somebody. She was like, you know, yeah, I mean, I do believe that, you know, Angie was all up Lisa's ass. And Angie pulls up and she's like, well, I was just telling them that you all up her ass. And I was like, there's a lot going on.
Man.
But to finish out the scene, they kind of get into a back and forth, and she puts I think Lisa puts her finger, or Angie puts her finger in Monica's face, and she's like, don't put your finger in my face, like Jen Shah. And they like, you don't know Jen Shah. She's just like, I do know Jen Shah. You said you didn't know her. She was like, yeah, I do know her. But she was like, you were her assistant. She was like, no, I wasn't her assistant because I wasn't getting paid. But we can talk about people not getting paid. And I'm like, damn, this she is going in.
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on in this scene. But what are y'all thoughts on any of these back and forth? Mind you, they didn't even get the order. Did they even ever get a drink? I don't even know.
I don't even know.
I don't remember.
If I was at that bar, I would have been trying to get to the bar just to be at the bar. I'm sure it was chaotic. these white women in these blonde wigs just going all crazy. Makeup, it's a mess. Chad, what's your thoughts?
The funniest part to me was when Angie told Meredith, "You look like a trampoline." Meredith had to laugh herself, like she had to register and laugh herself because it was so outrageous and funny. Because it was like, and then she turned around, she was like, "Well, that wouldn't be talking, so I'm not going to talk to you." It was just that whole scene was. It reminded me of season 1 when they were going on and on about smelling like hospital. When Mary kept saying it, it was just like, y'all would not let this go. But that whole entire scene, I didn't know where to focus. Like it was just so much going on. Another funny part was how Whitney, she's so committed to being annoying that I actually love it, because when she started bringing up Meredith's my girl since first season, but when she brought up okay, so today it's a headache, and tomorrow it's going to be the little kid with, it was just, I was like, okay, Whitney, I'm with this, because Meredith does the flex, so I was with it. And it was Meredith's reaction made it all worth it, because she really did the most behind it. It was like, you're disgusting. It was just like, I didn't know where to focus, but that was a really funny scene.
It was chaotic.
It was literally chaotic. I loved it. It was a perfect way to end the show.
Mary would have had to order Uber Eats and have it delivered to the van on the side of the road, because I wouldn't have took her nowhere. But it was crazy to me. They gave her like this big brown paper bag. I'm like, what all did she order? The bag was like big.
She had nuggets. She had a fish sandwich. She had fries.
It had to be some more stuff in there for that big.
They put the drink in there. That was a huge bag.
It was, and she was just eating. Now she wouldn't even dip her nuggets in no sauce. She was just eating. But that bar scene was a lot. Because majority of them looked so ridiculous. Like Monica's wig at this point done slid back.
Monica pulled that wig down. You could literally see her brunette hair. She kept pulling that wig down, and you could see it was just rising and just rising and rising.
Oh my goodness.
I know she was like, Lord, my wigs are just
yeah, but Monica, I'm kind of excited to see what she brings at the reunion, because I feel like if she's giving this during the season, her first season, I really think once she starts reading comments and all of that, she's really gonna perform at the reunion. I also feel like Angie K, she's gonna come to perform at the reunion as well, because they were trying so hard like to get them a piece of Meredith, and Meredith was just like turning from side to side like nah.
Like,
it was amazing to me, and I love that Meredith was doing that. Like, I'm not even gonna give you the time of day. They really did not want Angie to be in that circle. They did not want her to have a snowflake, because Meredith is not giving that lady any time at all. Yeah, and did she tell them when they were getting off, like, if you think I should come in and tell me to come in? Did she tell them that?
Yes, Mary. She was telling Meredith that. She was like, if you think it's okay for me to come in, let me know. Just let me know.
Oh, and yeah, because Meredith was saying, yeah, no, just come in and see it. If you don't, just leave. Mary was like, if you think it's all right, send me a smoke signal, child.
Let me know. The coast is clear.
But I thought that was amazing. I love scenes like that. They didn't go too deep, but it was just enough going on to where it was like you really had to like rewind it and watch it again, because they were all spread out at the bar, but different people were jumping to different arguments at different times. It was crazy to me. I loved it.
It was a lot. Monica called them all assistants, Jen's assistants, and
she did
all these things. I'm curious to see. This is the first time in a long time where somebody is new, and I honestly don't think that they're trying too hard. I'm actually enjoying them, because it's very rare that we get newbies and I be like, oh, they're trying too hard. I don't get that from her. I'm still in limbo. I do wish that I know she's not really Angie's friend. I do wish that she would have gave Angie the benefit of that a little bit, just because we don't know they ain't friends, but she did introduce her into as on the show as her friend, right? So I would have liked to see her try to give Angie a little bit benefit of that, but maybe Angie is just that insufferable. Like, maybe she's just that annoying. And honestly, I don't like Angie like that, so I'm actually okay with Monica treating her in that way, because at the end of the day, like it all comes down to you were not invited on this trip, and that's just how I feel. But she, like I said, she let Angie have it. Every time one thing I like about any housewife is when they say something and somebody comes to them and they say exactly what they said. And that's one thing. She is not short of from doing it at all. She has done it every time she's confronted. Yeah. She will say it. And she will sit with the girls that she been arguing with. Like, it's like she completely forgot the fact that she told Lisa she was full of shit or whatever she said. She was going to have a real conversation with her. But if I was Lisa, I wouldn't be trying to have her. I'd be routed too, because you told me I'm full of shit. But it's like it didn't register for Monica. She don't care. She just going and talking. And honestly, I enjoy her. So
yes. And that's the reason why I said I feel like she's genuine, because she really was trying to have a conversation with her to let her know, like, I feel this way because of this. You know, it wasn't coming from a hateful place. It's just like, girl, you're really kind of insufferable with the way you throw your wins in our faces. Like, just cut it out, calm down. It's not that deep.
Now, is the kid really like somebody's nephew that Meredith is talking about? Is it? Did they?
I don't even know if this is a real kid.
I don't. You know what? I want to hear, but I don't know Meredith these days. I don't know about this kid or whatever's going on. I would like to know more about it.
Yeah,
he's mentioning it, and if you're gonna, it's like if you're gonna put it out there, finish the story. I need to know what's going on, because right now it's looking like Whitney's right.
Bingo, and I don't like it.
Obviously, it triggers her. It triggers her. She goes into this whole deep baritone voice every time, or whatever accent she's in. So, I mean, something is there, but I would like to know more about what the hell is going on with this disabled child and the kids in Africa, or whatever she's mad about. I don't even know. I have no idea.
She don't know,
baby.
Okay. Well, that was pretty much the end of the episode. The episode ended. They actually got on the bus. They were in peace, and there was no real issue. Mary got her McDonald's. I don't know if y'all caught it. Did y'all catch the production asking her to make sure she had everything for they
make sure everything's in there? Mary was like, "Wait a minute, my fish sandwich." She said,
"When I tell you that is like, it was like taking my mama or somebody to get something to eat. You got everything?" Because your mom in the back like, "Hold on, let me see if my stuff in here."
Mary said, "My fish sandwich. Never mind, it's in here."
Oh, okay. She probably got to the window, was like, "Can I get a She probably they probably was at McDonald's for like 30 minutes waiting on her to order that meal, because we get to the window and be like, "What we want?" I forgot what we wanted from the beginning.
Mary said, "I'm so hungry."
So hungry. She was not trying to go in no bar. She wanted to eat.
Trey Law said she's talking about the kid from the commercial. What commercial? I need to look this up and figure out.
Commercial? Was it her commercial?
Oh, I'm gonna look
what commercial she got.
DM me the tea, because I need to know what that's about. Let me go ahead and put the link in the chat real quickly. For anybody that wants to call in, for all of our new individuals, this is where we allow people to call in and give their thoughts and opinions. If you want to chat with us, any commentary on the episode, or just want to talk, click the link. You don't have to get on the video. You can just call in and give audio, and chat with us. But next week's episode is episode 5, and next week it looks like there is this rumor that Monica is going to put out there. I don't know who do y'all think it's about?
I think it's about
Angie.
Yeah,
I think it's about Angie.
It's about Langie for sure. I'm wondering if it's more of a rumor about her, or is it about her husband, or because you remember Meredith already said that she want me to go with the husband.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I have my own theory as to what this rumor is.
I hope it ain't what I think.
I know. I hope it ain't what I think.
What y'all think?
Because he a hairstylist, Chad. The first thing.
So I hope it ain't nothing relating to his sexuality. I'll say that. But we'll see. That's just what I think, because it's too convenient. But maybe they'll surprise me and they won't be that, right? But we also see a big little exchange, probably the most heated exchange that Lisa's probably been in, because they got hands in each other's face and all this. I'm like, oh, like we ain't seen this on Salt Lake City. I don't think they're gonna be fighting, but you don't really see Lisa really activated like this.
The way Monica pushed her hand, though, I probably would have started swinging.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Monica pushed her hand.
She pushed her hand, and it did look like Lisa had her hand in her face first. So we'll see. Monica is a Jersey girl. I don't think she's gonna be, coming out of a bag and fighting, but I just think it's a very different energy for Salt Lake City, and I'm just curious to see where and how it goes.
Every franchise has a turn like midway through where something kind of like crazy happens and the franchise really gets a lot of picking up. This might be that season for Salt Lake. Monica seemed like she's gonna be, I don't know, she seemed like she's gonna be the catalyst for it.
Yeah, and it seemed like Angie got a lot of skeletons, or maybe not skeletons, but maybe rumors. So she
looks like a skeleton.
Angie might be the catalyst for the second half of the season. Her and whatever she got going on.
It has to be something again, because they said that she was fighting for a snowflake bad. So it has to be something that got her one. I mean, I don't think they just gave her one. I would have been fine with her being a friend of too, but something had to happen. I feel like whatever Monica has in her arsenal clearly is what got her up.
Wait a minute, but Monica was the one that was sitting there like rubbing her arm, like the rumor is. So it was almost like it had been told to Monica.
Yeah. Okay. She's the one that's relaying the rumors.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see. Okay, so we have a call in the queue. It's actually a long time. Ain't called in a long time. Miss Lovable Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Oh, what's up, Lisa?
Oh, wow. Hey, Lisa.
What's up? I mean, I know, boo. I know. When y'all be on, it be other people be on too, and they be kind of catch everybody live. So I just push buttons so y'all can be in the atmosphere.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
So yeah, everybody be on at once now. So I be just push the button. And so I don't see nobody on right now while you on. So I want to come and say hello, baby. I missed you last week because I was on last week. But I want to tell y'all this. I am loving Monica. Monica is my girl. She's kind of keep it real. And baby, you know Jen told Monica all the juice, all the dirt on those bitches.
Yeah.
Okay. And baby, Angie K is getting on my last goddamn nerve. You go sit your ass down somewhere. And Lisa, stop complaining about your wealth, baby. We know you the rich bitch on the show, okay? And then you got that. We don't blame Monica. You keep throwing your wealth in our faces. And I'm like, girl, you just lost a $60,000 ring. Okay, we know you lost. Okay, we know you got money. Okay, because you go to Taco Bell and Wendy's all the time. So if you got money like that to throw around, give me some of that money, baby doll, and give me some of that money. And let me see how can I go. I don't understand what's on Meredith. Yeah. What is it about that? But I do understand Meredith's point of view. Cause didn't nobody invite you on the trip, so why you there? Well, I mean, you keep stirring up trouble, and like her eyes said, you can go. Okay. I'm like, girl, I would just left. But also, why is Mary Cosby on the show? And she won't do nothing.
She don't like Mary, Lisa.
Huh?
You don't like Mary?
No, we don't make. Allegedly Mary did something with the grandmama. We ain't doing that.
Did something with
like allegedly? We said allegedly. We got to keep like Wendy Williams said allegedly.
Yeah, we definitely said allegedly.
Yeah. I said allegedly. Allegedly. We got to say that allegedly. Ain't nobody got no money.
So what's alleged? What happened?
Allegedly, the grandmama's brother was on Share World. He said all that stuff about what Mary can be saying is not true.
Oh, I need some out. The interview, yeah. I need some out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So allegedly something happened to grandmama in Miami.
Oh.
In Florida. I mean,
that.
Now she allegedly fed the grandma to the tigers. Like is she the tiger?
Nah, her husband did. Allegedly.
No.
We can't say allegedly. Okay. So yeah, y'all go back and watch them old tapes of Cheryl World.
Okay. Lisa, you got anything else for us? I gotta let you go, okay?
Yeah, I know, baby. Okay, yeah, but that's mostly it. But like, I'm just loving Monica, baby doll. I'm loving Monica. I like the little makeup they did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? They can't keep it interesting. But Whitney is getting on my last nerve, though. Whitney, go sit your tail down somewhere. You like a bobblehead, just like Mary said. You like a bobblehead, okay? Don't nobody got time for it. Love y'all. I will see y'all next week. Love you, baby.
Okay.
Bye, Lisa.
Okay, that was Lisa, one of our long time callers.
Yes, Lisa.
Wow, welcome back, Lisa. It's been a long time, and I appreciate that. There are a lot of YouTubers, out here, especially in the black space, that review these shows. So if you can't make it to our show, you can always come in and hit that like button and leave, whatever works, or you can come back and watch us. We'll be here, right? So that's pretty much all we had for today. No other callers were in the queue. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Chad. We'll be back next week. Jamie was out today. Jamie is a part of the Lunch and Lean, which airs tomorrow, so you can check that out. A lot of nice, juicy topics regarding Real Housewives of Orange County and New Jersey. Some stuff that's been happening over there. So tune in to that on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. All right, y'all. We'll be here next week for episode 5. It looks interesting. It looks juicy. The girls are fighting. Monica's around. And make sure y'all like this video, as I have said throughout the entire video, and subscribe to the channel. You'll get notifications. And Love Hip Hop viewers, that will also air tomorrow too. Okay. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next time, and y'all have a good night. Okay. Peace.
Peace.